Dragon is in countdown. Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch. Go for launch.
All right, range remains go for launch. Weather is a go. Today will be the first flight of both the booster and Dragon spacecraft.
T-minus 30 seconds.
At launch, the International Space Station will be 260 miles in altitude, flying south of Nuremberg, Germany.
Stage 1, pressing for flight.
15 seconds.
All right, here we go.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine full power and liftoff of CRS-26. Go Falcon and happy Thanksgiving ISS.
That's right, liftoff of SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket for the 26th cargo resupply mission, bringing new science experiments and solar arrays to the International Space Station.
You can see Falcon 9 carrying CRS-26 on its way to the International Space Station. We are throttling down the engines on the first stage, and this helps us prepare for max Q, which is maximum dynamic pressure. It's the largest structural load that the vehicle sees on ascent, and we should be passing through that period. In a few seconds here. That call out that we passed through max Q. Great views there of Falcon 9 carrying NASA's CRS-26 mission. We are coming up on a few events happening back to back. That's going to be MECO, or main engine cutoff, as the first event. That's where all 9 of the M1D engines shut down on that first stage, all 9 of those engines that you see lit up on your screen there. And that's in preparation for the next event, which is stage separation. That's where the first and second stage separate. The first stage will flip around and make its way back down to Earth and land on our drone ship named Just Read the Instructions, while the second stage ignites its Merlin MVAC engine to boost Dragon to low Earth orbit during SES-1, or second stage engine start 1. And the last event is the boost back burn to reduce the velocity of the first stage in preparation for atmospheric re-entry. And that whole sequence takes about 30 seconds, and we are coming up on those few events happening here in a few seconds.
And MECO. Stage separation confirmed. Stage 1 boost back startup. Stage 2 ignition.
Some really cool views there. We had MECO, stage separation, the MVAC engine lighting up on your right-hand screen. We also saw the first stage kind of in the view of the second stage view there, falling back to Earth, doing a flip, and now in its boost back burn. That burn lasts about 30 seconds long. About 20 seconds away from that landing burn
Stage one
beginning
transonic.
on the first stage. Again, this is a single engine, the center E9 engine burn to help slow the vehicle down just enough to touch down on the drone ship.
Stage one landing
Just
burn.
read the instructions today. And you can see that the landing burn has begun on the first stage. Let's watch as Falcon 9 touches down on just read the instructions.
Landing leg deployed.
Really awesome
Stage one landing
views there.
confirmed.
Falcon 9 has touched down, as you can see it standing tall on just read the instructions there on your screen. Now, while this Falcon 9 just completed its first flight, it marks the 153rd successful
Vector rolling
landing
down.
for an orbital class rocket. Now, next up, we do have SECO 1 on the second stage. That's where the Merlin vacuum engine will shut down. And we are just a few seconds away from Dragon separation from Falcon 9's second stage. You are looking at a live view into the trunk of the Dragon vehicle.
Dragon separation confirmed. Dragon separation
And
confirmed.
as you can see there on your screen and hearing those callouts as well, Dragon is drifting away from Falcon 9's second stage. Incredible view there. The next milestone coming up is the nose cone opening sequence. This protects the docking ring and navigation sensors. And that's going to do it for me here in Hawthorne. So I'm going to send it over to Sandra in Houston. How's it going over there, Sandra?
Hey, thanks, Jesse. Beautiful launch, as always. Great to see that. And, of course, welcome back into the International Space Station Flight Control Room here in Texas. We are standing by for confirmation of that nose cone deploy. That's the next major milestone that we are tracking today. Now, the nose cone does cover the docking hardware, which will be critical tomorrow during docking operations, but also navigation and rendezvous sensors, as well as the 4 forward bulkhead Dracos. Once open, the nose cone will stay open until the end of the mission, but will be reopened just after the deorbit burn and prior to re-entry. As we look ahead to nose cone opening, it is a process that involves opening the hard capture hooks with 6 non-nose cone hooks opening and then 6 nose cone hooks opening. And I did hear that that process has now begun. Again, we are in the process of the nose cone beginning to open. These are the same 12 hooks that will hold Dragon in place after it docks with the International Space Station tomorrow. And following the hook opening, the nose cone is deployed with motors. Dragon's star trackers and Dragon Eye. And we are hearing that all of the hooks are opening, standing by for confirmation of a good nose cone deployment.